All right, here's the question. I have some number. I don't know what it is. You can call it X if you want. I mean, it's just a number. Um, you can divide this number by 2 and you can divide it by 5. However, when you divide it by 11, you will get a remainder of 3. What is the least integer that this thing is allowed to be? All right. Here's the thing that people quickly get is they immediately choose A. Why would you choose A? Well, because they said the least and I chose the smallest number. I'll give you a hint. Whenever they're asking for the least integer, usually, I can't say this for sure, it's not always the case, but usually the smallest number is not the right choice. That's just something we do to mess with you. So don't fall for that trap. All right, let's actually solve the problem at this point. But that's the only point. That's the point I was trying to make. Let's solve this problem. If you can divide this number by 2 and 3, it has to have a 0 in the end of it, right? Because if, like 32, you can divide that by 2, but you can't divide it by 5. 33, you can divide it by, well, you can't divide it by 5 or 2. I have no idea why they gave you that option. Here's the question now. Can I divide 70 by both 2 and 5? Yes, because it has a 0 in the end. So those are the only numbers. So 70 and 80 are good choices. Then all you got to do is move on to the next part, which is divide by 11. If I divide 70 by 11, the best I can get is 66, or is 6, which will bring me up to 66, which will give me a remainder of 4. That's not the right answer. I mean, it's kind of trivial, but I mean, you can do it here. Do 80. The best you can do is multiply by 7. You'll get 77. I'm sorry. 11, 77, your remainder 3. Is the right answer. So, the crazy thing about it is the question I was asking for, what is the least integer, what is the least positive integer that is allowed to, this number is allowed to be, that kind of confines all of these numbers, was actually the biggest option to deal with. It was 80. The trap I'm trying to show you here is don't choose the smallest number. If they're asking you for the least number, think about it. Don't just choose the smallest number. If they're asking you for the greatest number, don't just choose the greatest number.